So let's take a look at Box Sync, what it's done for me and how it could potentially help you as well. So to download this application, you need to be in Box first, and there's a cloud icon up here in the top in the red banner, and that's where you can download all of your Box.com apps. So once we get into that, we're going to pop in Box Sync in the search box. There is a sync version for Mac, and there's also one for Windows. This demo is going to be from a Windows perspective. I don't have any experience with the Mac perspective. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same thing, but there may be a slight difference here or there. So if you don't see something or it works a little bit different, don't be alarmed. It's just the two different operating systems. So I've already downloaded this app. I'm not going to go through that process for time's sake, but it's really quick and easy. Once you click into that, you're just installing it onto your computer and work like any app that's installed onto your computer. So once you have it installed, you'll have a new folder that'll show up in your folder list for Box Sync. Dropbox has the same functionality, so this replaces it, one for one, really quick and easy to use. On the Windows version, I don't believe this is available on the Mac version. I'm not completely sure, but you're going to have a box icon on the very bottom right. So let's open that up, and we'll see what happens with that. So the first time this opens, once you download it, you're going to have to put in your Box.com information, your Live Nation username, and your password in order to sync the two together. So it's showing mine as sync. It's showing the last time it synced, which was 2 minutes ago. I can turn this on or off if I want to. So let's click on the settings. This, I believe, yeah, it's just going to show you, your username. You can actually log out of this if you want to, or you can open the folder. I have it open already down here in the bottom left, but you could go ahead and do that yourself as well. Or you can click the help icon, and this is where you can get help with Box Sync. By all means, you can come to me or Natalie first, but there's help articles in here as well. So let's take a quick look at how the app actually works. So once we're in Box, we can choose what folders or subfolders we want to sync with our desktop. So you can see I've chosen a few. You can see those the little circle icon that appears on the folders. I've synced this Box Sync folder up here, and I've also synced another one called Current Projects. You can choose to sync an entire root level folder, which I've done here, or you can click into them, and actually this one doesn't have any subfolders, but if it did, you can choose to just sync a certain subfolder within it. You don't have to sync the entire folder if you don't want to. Or you can right click on this as well. If I accidentally sync something or I no longer want to sync it, you can just right click on it and you can choose to unsync it by going to sync and unsync. Very easy. So in this example, let me actually unsync it and sync it back again. There we go. It says unsync folder. Down here in the box icon, you'll see that a little orange icon meter that will just appear on it. It's just showing you that it's going through a process to unsync it. Actually, we can click on it and see what's happening. We can see the status and see what's going on with it. Yeah, scanning just means it's going through a certain process. It's scanning whatever is different between the folders you want to sync on Box, and it should be really quick and easy to sync these two together. Let's minimize that one more time. So let me right click it. I'm going to sync it again. Sync folder to computer, sync folder, and we'll just give it a second too, and it will sync up to my desktop. So you can create a folder from either Box or your desktop. The one item, if you're syncing a folder, you have to be listed as an editor or above in order to sync a folder to your desktop. You can't be a viewer and sync a folder because it's assuming you can edit files, you can add files, things like that. So you have to at least have that editor privilege. So let's look at the sync folder from my desktop. So you can open any file from here. You no longer have to go in Box to access any of the files from here. You can open any of the files that you want to. You can edit them, save them, and the changes will get saved up to Box. So it's somewhat like a Box edit. It's even quicker and easier to use than a Box edit. So I've really converted to using this process instead of being forced to use Box edit, because at times Box edit can malfunction at times. And Box Sync used to have a lot of errors as well. When we first bought into Box and tested it last year, it was not syncing all of our changes, but they fixed a lot of that, and from what I've seen the last month or so, it's been really reliable and quick and easy to use. So again, you can open any document, you can edit, you can save it up there. What else? Let me right click on a document from the folder. A little bit of delay to do this. I believe it's, there we go. So it has a box sync option that will appear. You can share the box link. The link will appear on the clipboard. You can copy and paste it from there, or you can click view on box and you can view the file from box.com. So that's a quick and easy way to do it. One other trick I want to show you is really any file that you get now, you can just save it right to this box sync. You no longer have to save it to your computer and then upload it to Box. That's completely wasted time. So any file that's already in your computer, you can just right click on it. Any files you get to Outlook, like this is an Excel spreadsheet I got in Outlook, I can right click it and just do a save as, and then you can save it right into your Box sync. So you can save it right into your folder, and you can choose what folder or subfolder it goes in. If you just want to put it into Box, you don't know exactly where you want it to go, you don't have to choose a folder. You click save and it'll appear right on your home page of Box once you're there. A couple things to mention about deleting. So when you delete a folder from your desktop in your Box sync, it will not delete it from Box. What it will do is just unsync it. So that's if you delete a folder. If you delete it from Box, if you delete it from your desktop, it will not delete it from Box. The best way to do that and delete it in both places is to delete it from Box.com, the website. Now files, that's not the case. You delete a file from the desktop, it will delete it in Box. But for whatever reason, folders don't operate in that way at all. So what else to talk about? Right click we talked about. So the last thing to show you is looking at sync issues. I had a sync issue one time. I can't exactly remember what the cause was, unfortunately. But if you double click this box icon down here on the bottom right, you can go to your settings. You can go to help, and then there should be an error log. Here you go. And if you have any errors, it will show up here. I think it was something weird in the file name. It wouldn't sync it up to Box. I believe that was the issue. But for the most part, you can have symbols and different things in your file name, and it should save properly. But if it doesn't, that's where you can go and see what the issue is and fix it. It probably took me 10 seconds to fix it. So that's it for Box Sync. I'd highly recommend it now, where last year we weren't recommending it. It's made life a whole lot easier. I don't always have to be in the web browser to view Box stuff. I can be right on my desktop, do my normal thing, and make sure the documents get loaded up to Box.